of the things that I was aware of when I started this YouTube channel is the obstacle I feel of having everything be perfect, including, always having my makeup on and my hair done and being dressed nicely. And part of that is a reflection of growing up in the 50s and 60s and feeling like, a lady has to always look nice. And part of it is I like fashion, I like makeup, and I want to look nice. But today I'm like, no, I'm going to film a little bit and let you into the process of building this business, because that's what this my channel is going to be about. And I realize that I've spent most of the morning reviewing all of my accumulated notes and some illustrations, some old illustrations that I've done. And I thought, this is how you build a business. This is part of it. So I should show people what I'm doing, because I've spent probably 3 hours. And I enjoy this part of the process. It's a lot of planning. What I'm working on is what is what exactly is my illustration style going to be for A Woman and a Bear. Unlike some, well, I don't know, I was going to say unlike some artists, but I think a lot of us as artists experiment with a lot of different styles and media and, oh, I don't know, concepts. So I'm no exception, and I'm 70 years old, so I've had a lot of time to develop different concepts. I'm wanting to get that nailed down. I want to be clear on what the world of A Woman and a Bear is, what it's about, what you can expect when you visit my website, when you buy my greeting cards or calendars or what have you. So I'm working on nailing that down today. It's the last day of January, and I really want to have that in place so that I can go ahead and get started on production. I want to start drawing, but I want to be clear about um, what I'm drawing exactly. So I have a history. I love to develop characters. I've done different proposals for greeting card lines and comic strips, and I've helped other writers develop characters for books and independent projects. So I love having characters. I love ink, pen and ink, and watercolor washes and colored pencil. And I also work on Procreate quite a bit. So, but I want to pick out of all of the things that I've done, which ones am I going to feature for A Woman and a Bear? Because I think one thing I've learned is just because you do different styles doesn't mean you need to showcase them all. Some of them can be hobby art, things that you do when you're not creating work for a business. I have to remind myself of that virtually every time I sit down. So if you struggle with that as well, I totally understand it. But there were a few quotes of some of my notes that I had read, and I wanted to maybe review some of those with you. One of them was, I can't remember who said this, but it's a common idea, I guess, so I'm not sure it matters. But this quote that I wrote down was, "It's clear what you're going to get when you're a part of their world." I had made some notes about when you build a brand, build a world, not just a sales funnel. And that's the part that excites me is what is this world that you're coming into where women are friends with bears and other animals? I definitely want to highlight animals because I know as women, you always feel that animals are just so pure and you have so much pure love for the animals in your life and out in nature. It's just such a lovely, uncomplicated relationship to watch an animal, to appreciate and respect animals. So I'd like to incorporate those. And so that's part of the world. It's a pro woman, not anti man concept. And it's light humor. I have kind of a dry sense of humor, can go dark, or I appreciate dark humor. And I will be incorporating that. So those are the building blocks that I'm trying to figure out the best way to visually bring those all into this world of a woman and a bear. Here's a little bit of what I'm talking about. I've got a portfolio full of previously developed cartoons, cards, so many different things I've done over the years. So I'm going through that. I'm looking at if any of this will work for my current concept. I had a card that I've held on to that I like the style. I like here the incorporation of the animal and the kind of surreal aspect of it. So I'm inspired by this. I'm obviously not copying that, somebody else's work. And then on my Procreate, get it out of the reflection, I have several different things that I've done rough drafts for. I mean, these are just, my Procreate is full of things that are rough drafts. So I love this is my jump for joy, kind of a rough sketch, basically. And then here's an example of a brand that I've always liked, Mr. Boddington. I'm on their newsletter list, and I made a little, I don't know, composite of this particular newsletter because I love the, just the whole feel of it. I mean, Mr. Boddington really has created a world, as I was mentioning, and you feel pulled into this lovely vintage kind of English countryside. I don't know how they would describe their brand, but it's consistent, I will say that. So that was something I've always hung on to. I have a bunch of different ideas. This was from Little Truths Studio. I like the format of this free download that she had. And I definitely can incorporate things like that into A Woman and a Bear. Always hang on to things that inspire you, because when you're kind of stumped, it's nice to go back and look. This is also a Mr. Boddington composite of their greeting card or Christmas cards that come in boxed sets, I think. Can't remember. Oh, Sarah Watts did this. Gift tags. I like the crispness of those. That was another free download. I'm big on free downloads. I just think it's fun to share your ideas with people and not always be asking for a sale. So anyway, that's those examples. The rest is just my notes and things I don't know, that I'm inspired by, collected notes of everything. So I'm going to be trying to nail this all down today. And wish me luck. You'll be the first to know what I decide on. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm going to get back to work, pulled my hair back. And as always, thanks for watching.